Come along with us on a journey of meandering exploration. We will laugh, we will cry, and most importantly, we will waste an hour so we don't have to hang out with our families. Whether we're bringing the sexy or telling you to fuck off, Teddy, Ashtray, Oracle, and Mystic will do it with enough enthusiasm to barely keep you awake. So strap in and strap on for another ride with the only show on the internet that has more episodes than viewers. This is the Red Eye Report.
All right.
All right. Welcome to this episode of the Red Eye Report. I guess I don't really need to do intro because that's our intro now, right? So I guess we'll go right to the Dane County.
Oh man, what a cop out!
Yeah.
Oh,
What kind
really?
of insult do you have for me?
Okay, fuck. All right. This week on the Red Eye Report, we're talking about the Battle of Athens. Athens, Tennessee happened in 1946. With us this week, we have Malibu Mystic. Mystic learned he had a new superpower. Learned he had a new superpower while singing "Ain't No Holla Back, Ain't No Holla Back, Girl" while making breakfast this morning. He learned he could use his stomach like Play-Doh. Very malleable.
Yeah.
Dude, I use it like a
roll
shell
biscuits.
too. Instead
Yeah,
of
there you
letting
go.
it on top of it.
Next to him, we have Obstinate Oracle. Oracle wants to show off his riches, I guess, to give us the wild view. You got a lot of glass back there, bro. Easy to break into, my guy.
Look at that library behind him.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
a fucking quality library.
Hey, I've got a dog and I've got guns too, so good luck with that.
Got
And a potato.
homie.
And a
the,
potato.
mi- the
Put a
Midwest
dog in
America
guns.
starter kit right there.
Here's the big thing about guns and dogs. They didn't stop handing them out once you got yours, all right? Everybody can get one. Next to him, we have Old Man Ashtray. Ashtray is already adopting the defeated dad beard, as you can see, looking like a hobo off the street. I like Mystic's reason for him having a beard is to catch that homeless ass juice. You know, really bring it home.
Gotta mop it up.
You know, the
Oh
flavor saver,
god,
you know
that's
what I'm
disgusting.
saying? I'm Teddy. I just came off the top of my head. Bam, bitches. Let's go. It's the Red Eye Report.
That was pretty
right.
fucking good, dude.
Our animal this week, I got this from Ashtray actually, is Brad the Bengal cat. I don't know what a Bengal cat is, but the internet will tell you that it's not a Bengal cat, you fucking motherfucker. That's just a regular,
Brad
Yes.
the Bengal cat.
Regular damn ass short hair.
regular shirt. Ain't no Bengal in a cat, bro. Boo.
Yeah, that poor owner was all myth.
I guess.
The
peer
vet
pressure.
said so.
Yeah, well, vets lie. All right. Boom. All right, here we go. This week we're talking about the Battle of Athens. I learned about this here. They say it's the first successful coup attempt in the United States.
Wow.
Successful.
Damn.
Yeah, they overthrew a government. Let me go to this one page here. Boom. We have to start off by one. This just starts off with one guy. Really, his name was E.H. Crump. He was the mayor of Memphis. He had a very illustrious career here. He was the dominant force in Memphis politics for the first half of the 20th century. Okay, he was the mayor from 1910, 1915. But before that, before that, he was 1902, 1904 to Tennessee Democratic State Convention. 1905, he was named municipal board of public works and appointed commissioner. And in 1907, he was commissioner of fire and police. 1909, he decided to run for mayor. So you guys know who W.C. Handy is?
Look at that picture of him.
Never heard
Did you
of
say
him.
W.C. Handy?
W.C. Handy. He's the father. He's known as the father of blues.
Mm.
So he actually made what they say one of the first blues songs was actually a fucking a campaign theme for this
Really?
And the name of the song is Boss Crump Blues. I put it in the outline. Y'all can listen to it later.
Yeah.
This guy after 1915, he went on to do more. He did 2 terms in Congress. And in 1946, he was featured on the cover of Time magazine. and it called him. Let me get this right. Boom. The most absolute and political boss in the United States. His nickname was actual boss. So if you look at the picture I've got if you go to the Time cover under that, you can see it.
Yep.
It kind of reminds you of a certain Dukes of Hazzard villain, right? And because his name was everybody called him Boss. I thought that maybe he was the inspiration for Boss Hogg, in the Dukes of Hazzard. It turns out I looked it up. The inspiration for Boss Hogg was just the general crooked political Southern guys. But like this motherfucker fit the bill. But what he did was in his political career, he fixed every fucking election. Like I said, like he was mayor of Memphis from 1910 to 1915, but he chose every mayor after that from 1916 to 1954.
Damn.
He was responsible for putting in there. What he was doing was he would offer protection for illegal gambling houses and illegal bars and stuff. So, and with that protection money, he would go and pretty much buy elections. This particular one was in Athens, Tennessee. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, let me get my things ready. Man, here it is. Got my outline ready.
That's how you dig for facts. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom, right? He built this political machine, and in the 1930s, it kind of got real bad for him. In McMinn County, Crump backed Paul Cantrell for sheriff in 1936. Cantrell, actually, anybody this guy backs wins. If you went against him, he would do things like have the police. Like when this one guy didn't agree with him, so he outside of his store, he put no parking signs all over the place. Another time, he had cops sitting outside and wait and search everybody that went in and came out. So he just fucked with you. There are other times where if he would send in city officials and say, because he had everybody on the payroll, he'd send in city officials and say that, hey, your building's not up to code, we got to shut you down, kind of thing. He had
like a landlocked Nucky Thompson.
Right, pretty much, but so this is Tennessee, like Memphis is over here, like Athens County is way over here, like that's how far it stretched. Yes, I use my power brick as a map, whatever the fuck you guys. He had judges and all these other people in his pocket. One other famous guy that he had in his pocket was Sue. Fuck, what's the guy's last name? Sue Folks, I think.
Folks.
Oh, sorry, Sue Hicks. Sue Hicks. You're got that name ring a bell?
Nope.
He was one of the
Boy named Sue.
Oh yeah, he was one of the attorneys.
How do you do?
Was one of the attorneys in the Scopes trial. So the song named Sue was actually written by Shel Silverstein. And it was based, and Shel said because of his name, he had to fight every day on the playground, pretty much. So apparently at a party, it was at a party at Johnny Cash's, and they would do this thing where they passed around a guitar and sing a song. Shel sang that song. He changed the name to Sue because he was inspired by Sue Hicks from the Scopes trial, and he later became a judge, who was also in Big Boss's pocket. So Johnny Cash liked that song. He wrote down lyrics for him, and that's how the song came about. So.
So Johnny Cash had the original recorded one, but it was built off of this guy's original song.
No, he heard Shel Silverstein singing the song. Was like, hey, can I sing that song? I like that song. And Shel was like,
Cash stole it.
Right.
So,
Well,
like, yeah,
that's
sure.
where I was wondering if Johnny Cash was the first to actually record it. As
I believe so. That was written, but I thought it was written by Shel
you made
Silverstein.
it sound like you're just riffing at a party.
No, well, apparently that's what it was. And they passed him the guitar, and that's the song that Shel sang was A Boy Named Sue. He didn't record it; he just sang that for everybody. Like everybody, like Paul McCartney was there.
Right.
Like apparently people just sang a song. That's the story they tell. All right.
These pictures of this dude are fucking hilarious.
Right?
They are, right?
Like he looks like
He looks like there's an
the
actor
Colonel's
that looks
cousin.
like him.
So Cantrell, he actually had a good campaign. And, he was running on the fact that he was going to get rid of fee grabbing. So back in the day, the sheriff's departments weren't paid by the states; they were paid in fines from people they arrested. which thinking that's a bad fucking idea because it incentivizes people, the cops and stuff, to fucking arrest you. This guy ran on the premise of, hey, we're not going to do that. I'm going to give myself a $5,000 salary, and we're not going to do fee grabbing. Okay. After he got elected, he was like, yeah. So I was kind of bullshit. I don't want to do that anymore. And the county was like, no, you fucking said you got to do this. So this is what you're gonna do. So he was like, well, I don't want to do it. So he actually sued the county so that he can keep doing this shit because everybody's
is he
back.
doing a Hitler salute right there in that one?
Probably, but
And it looks like it going down a roller coaster. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Like
I'll
fucking
hide that
that
grass,
picture was
buddy.
taken at Great Flag or Six Flags Great America.
So he sues.
Like
He
he's
sues the
about to
county.
say, is you ain't my constituency.
Yeah.
Anyway, he sues the county. He wins because everybody is getting paid by Boss Hog and shit. And he wins. So he institutes and they start fucking. And this is in 36. They start fucking up everything. If you get arrested by them, it's an automatic $16 fine. $16 in nowadays is about $300 some dollars. Back then, a lot of people was a week's salary. If you disagreed or whatever, the deputies were known to beat, harass people. They threatened. They to keep them in power. They rigged all these elections. What they did was after in 1940, I believe, Cantrell stepped down and because he went to go run for Senate. He put his right hand man Mansfield and in as the fucking sheriff. And until 46, they were doing all this stuff. But once Cantrell went into Senate, he made it a lot easier for them to steal elections by the poll taxes. They didn't tell people when they needed to pay their poll taxes by. They wouldn't let them pay them right before they went to go vote. And they were doing all this other stuff that was not very cool. Just mean fucking people.
Dickhead stuff.
Fast forward 1945, 1946. Guess who starts coming home? Veterans are coming home.
Santa Claus?
So just Santa Claus.
Mama,
Santa Claus.
I'm coming home.
Santa Claus comes to town. They're coming home. Okay. So these veterans are coming home, and you get and these deputies. The first thing they see is dollar signs for these veterans because apparently they get a lump fee when they got out of the army or military, whatever. It was called.
Basically, like a big fat military check.
Yeah. So they know these guys fucking are set, and so they're kind of going after these guys. The first one to really experience this was Sergeant Bill White. This guy fought at Guadalcanal and Tarawa. He went to go get this is in 45. They were still rationing stuff. So his father sent him to go to the rationing board to go get some $5 gasoline. He goes to get gasoline, and they're like, no. He's like, but I got my tickets. They're like, no. So he sees his buddy. He's like, what the fuck's going on? I got my tickets. They won't give me my shit at the rationing board. And his buddy says, you got to go pay. There's a deputy there. You got to go pay the deputy, and then they'll wave you through to get your shit. So he goes, pays the deputy $5. Or he had to pay the deputy $5, and then he got his gas. He went back to his dad. Is like, what the fuck's going on? And his dad is like, that's how it goes on right now. That's how shit is.
The way it is here.
Way it is, yeah, boy.
Just the way it is.
And then he tells him a story. He tells him a story about how he was drinking milk on his lunch break, and the cops came up to him, sniffed his milk, said there's alcohol in there, and they took him up.
Oh,
It's rum
man.
chata.
So this is another way they did it. This was especially with the GIs came back because GIs love to fucking drink. They were always in bars and shit. They do dances, so they would go into a bar. They stopped waiting for them to come outside. They would go into a bar and be like, "You're drunk," and find them.
Be like, yeah, I'm in a bar.
There are instances of them going into a dance and just arresting everybody in the dance just because they want the GI money.
Oh, damn, dude.
Well, they probably also were like, these fuckers don't trust banks. They're gonna have a big wad in their pocket.
What is this picture right there? Is this
I don't
like
know.
a rap album cover or some shit? They're like,
Yeah, right. It's the
So
Soggy
what
Bottom
picture?
Boys.
like the fucking Wu-Tang Clan of the 40s.
Oh, in the jail cell.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the. We'll get to that part. That's the dirty deputies. They ended up locking them up.
Dirty Deputies. That's a good
Nice.
one
Yeah, so-
album country
One
band.
hit
So they-
wonders.
The GIs and stuff, they start drinking in secret, alone. Well, not alone, but in groups and stuff. And so they start sharing war stories and talking everything else. And then they start realizing like we fought fucking, over there for why are we living in fear here and shit. So they decide it's 1945, elections every 2 years. So there's another election coming up next year. They say, you know what, let's make a GI ticket and let's run for fucking and do our own little thing. So they did their own GI ticket. in that top picture, the top picture there has got the GI ticket. Knox Henry as sheriff, Frank Carmichael trustee, George Painter county clerk, Bill Hamby circuit county clerk. So what these guys did, they actually put out a thing to all veterans. They said, regardless of color or creed, if interested in cleaning up McMinn County and the return of good, clean, honest, efficient government, don't fail to attend this event. They said they had close to 200, 250 guys show up. So they start campaigning. They start actually going around town, door to door, to actual campaign for these people. And they had one guy was a pilot. He had a plane, and they actually started fucking dropping leaflets and shit all over town. So they were really putting in the legwork. The Cantrell and Mansfield, they kind of got nervous because the GIs ran. Their motto was, "Your vote is going to be counted as cast," because they'd been cheating for years. They had kids voting. They had dead people voting. People that didn't exist vote. There was one year where they had. This is in 1940. They had like 1,500 absentee ballots, and they're like, it's like 6,000 people in the town. So who the fuck? What the fuck? The next town over, who had like a double the population, only had like 300 absentee ballots. So like, what the fuck, bro?
Total Maduro move.
So
They had to get some of that reform.
Yeah. So the deputies, they start upping their intimidation factor of the GIs. For one thing, they start arresting more GIs, and what they do is they arrest them if they have their poll tax receipt they need to vote. They would take that and not give it back to them. But again, they're fucking with GIs. All right. At some point, this shit's got to come to a head. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I lost my place. Okay, so August, it's election day, right. August 1946. Right before the election, actually, Cantrell, he left the Senate and he came back to town to run to actually and set Mansfield up in a Senate seat because he thought he had a better chance of being the GIs and sheriff and everything else. So he thought having his friendly face back. But again, he had abused the town. In his first 4 years as sheriff, he paid himself $56,000, which in today's money is like $1 million. Right. And he made up false jobs he gave himself. He was the like something of the shed or something, a town shed, keeper of the town shed or whatever. He paid himself like $2,300 off of that, but there was no town shed for him to be over.
Sounds like a pervert title, keeper of the town.
Yeah, come on,
yeah, right.
You want a popsicle?
Also, what he did was he got help from other counties, sheriffs and deputies. And they say there's rumor that he actually even deputized some criminals out of his jail. But about 250 people, 250 people came in to town to help intimidate these voters. Before the day and everything else, the GI said, "Hey, don't worry about the intimidation tactic. You will be safe. Don't worry about it." Cantrell, before he left Senate, he cut down. There were 20 some polling places. He cut it down to like 10. And this is in 1940s rural Tennessee. So people are having to go like 5-10 miles to go vote. But how many people are going to do that in rural Tennessee? You know, there are no widespread cars. There's no, I'm not going to walk 15 miles just to go vote. That's 30 miles back there, back and forth. I'm not doing that shit.
It's nice to know shit hasn't changed in 80 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you could trust a white man in the fucking 40s or ever, It's not like,
Yeah. Whatever 40s.
Whatever
40s.
Yeah. 20, 40s, 1840s.
So despite the intimidation, people showed up in record numbers. They're circling, lines around the block. Then the situation escalated. There was one polling place where this old black man wanted to vote. His name was Tom Gillespie. He wanted to vote. And this one white deputy named was Wendy Wise did not want him to vote. So he assaulted the man with brass knuckles and ended up shooting him.
Damn.
Dang. Yes, shit hasn't changed.
I will say that Gillespie did survive the beating and the killing. Two other poll watchers, and they wanted him to be arrested, whatever. And they also wanted him to. They were letting people like watch the counts and everything else. So they put up a stink. The deputies arrested those two and took them to jail. Oh no, I'm sorry. They arrested him and took him into the polling place.
It's the jail now.
Well, they weren't the jail. They were just trying to hold them where they were for a minute. These guys escape and go back to GIHQ. The sheriff's like, well, fuck that. So he sends two deputies to go get them. Those two deputies get there and realize that the whole GIHQ is filled with fucking hundreds of GIs. So those two guys are disarmed, tied up, and tossed in the corner. They hadn't heard from them in a while, so the sheriff's like, you know what? Let's send two more. They send two more, same thing happens to them. So they wait a little bit longer, and the sheriff's
Where
like,
have all my deputies gone?
so he said 4 deputies, right? 4 deputies there. 3 get handcuffed and everything else. 1 gets away, like, hey man, bunch of GIs there. Shit's going down. So what these guys decided to do is they decided to close up the polling places early and move the ballot boxes to the jail. And they refused any observation. They wouldn't let anybody in or near. So the veterans are feeling kind of like, okay, we lost, and they can go in there and cheat. Inside the jail, you got Cantrell, you got Mansfield, and there's another guy named Wood. And the reason why they did this is because with those 3 together, they were a majority of the town's like a governing thing that ratifies the election. So with those 3 in there, they could say, hey, the count was legal. You know, the GIs don't like this. Sergeant White gives a speech. He was like, we didn't put up with this shit over in Europe while we put up with shit at home. Go grab your fucking guns and be back here. They go get their guns. They come back. They realize, you know what? We don't have enough guns. They're like, hold up, wait. There's a National Guard armory in town.
Oh.
So they go marching up to the National Guard armory. Now, keep in mind, these people in this town have been bullied and extorted by these deputies for decades. And so they were like, hey, buddy.
They're mad as hell, and they ain't gonna take it anymore.
They're like, hey, man, we need these guns, make this shit right. And the guy was like, here's the fucking keys, bro. Gave him the keys. They go get the guns. They go to the jail, and they're telling them, hey, let us in there to bring the ballots out. We'll count them. Be cool and safe. They responded, you got to come get them. So they were like, all right, that's what we're gonna do. Firefight ensues. And the townspeople are watching this shit. They're like watching this fight go down because the streets have been packed all day. Firefight ensues. It's 22 people are injured. Nobody gets killed. The GIs, they actually let an ambulance come to take away some of the injured. Because they're not really shooting to kill. They're not the enemies. They just want all this corruption shit going. There's a story about one GI actually gave a deputy that was shot on a blood transfusion. Mansfield, Wood, and Mansfield, Wood, and Cantrell, they actually escaped in the ambulance with the injured. So when everything, they get all the wounded out, they're like, okay, now let us in or we're fucking, the guys, they were like, you still got to come get them. So the one guy realizes, hey, we got some dynamite, because they try Molotov cocktails first, but it's a concrete building, a brick building. Didn't really work that well. So they take 3-6 dynamite, tape them together, and throw them on the fucking porch, blow the whole thing off. And they're like, the next one's coming through the fucking window. So that's when the deputies like, okay, you know what? My bad. We're coming out. So the deputies start coming out. The deputies come out, and there's a ton of people in this crowd, and these people have been beaten, abused by these deputies, and fucking for years. So they kind of took this chance to enact some revenge. So they beat the fuck out of these guys. Wendy Wise, the guy who shot the black guy, he is the second picture in the outline.
Yeah, they beat the fuck out of that dude.
Yeah, he got some extra loving. Picture under that is the after you get them all out, they go into the jail. They put them all in a jail cell. What they find in the jail they find a bunch of pre-filled out ballots for. So they're like, well, we ain't using these. So they bring them out. They bring them out, find some trustworthy people. They count them all, and you learn that the GIs have won by a landslide. They tell the deputies, they say, everybody, look, fucking, you ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. You got to get out of town. They let all of them go except for Wendy Wise. He was put in prison for a year for assaulting and shooting that man. So they had heard a rumor that the National Guard was coming. Because they before they cut the line to the jail, there was a rumor that they had called in, Cantrell had called in some favors with Senate and everything else, and the National Guard was coming. So little buddy gets in his plane and goes around to see if he can see any movement in formation. They can't, but they think because this shit happened that the National Guard, because it's in the news now and shit. They think the National Guard's going to come any day. The governor actually called off the National Guard, so they're not coming. But they don't know that. So for about a week, there are armed groups of GIs and fucking what do you call those citizens walking around because they don't want this election to be overturned because of the way it went down. So marshals show up and they're like, okay, we heard some shit went down. Nobody's snitching. Nobody's saying shit. And they're like, injured people, the car flipped over, but nobody's saying shit. So they can't really prove anything. What they can't prove is, hey, okay, we know they had to get these guns from somewhere. They got it from the National Guard. So they go to the National Guard and they're like, hey, every gun that they took from National Guard is back there. It's all back. So they're like, fuck, all the guns are back. And they're like, wait, ammunition. You got to keep track of ammunition. And the guy's like, well, we shoot all the time, so we don't really keep track of ammunition, so we don't really have any of that information either.
Here's a 5.
They didn't really have any recourse. And then the guys hear that another sheriff is going to come over and from another town and try to set things right. So instead of waiting for him, 50 of them just hop in trucks and go over there. Like, hey, buddy, heard you had a problem with our shit. Are we cool? He's like, that's not what I said. It's not. Yeah. So they ended up bringing back order to the town. After everything settled down, they say anybody who they're going to look at all the past elections of town officials, and anybody who was not elected in a fair way, we're going to have no election. And the minute they say that, like 35 people resigned from public office. Yeah, what's his name was sent to prison for 3 years, and it was they got back their town and made it safe and non evil. Well, not evil, but not corruptive. The sheriff took a $5,000 salary. One of their first arrests actually was 2 GIs that had started some shit because they didn't want to be they wanted to make sure like, hey, just because we took over,
we'll arrest our own.
Right? I mean, yeah. So, and yeah, that's the story of fucking. There's actually a movie about that.
Oh, there is.
It's called 1 second here.
Standing Tall.
It's called
Rock Johnson.
No, it's called An American Story. Takes place. The movie was from 1992. They changed the town to Texas.
Like 5-0 goes west.
5-0 goes west.
An American Tale.
That's pretty fucking gangster though, dude. Like they fucking pulled that shit off and they did it like perfectly.
How fucked up are the
man.
deputies? I mean, how fucked up for the deputies is to see all these people come home from war and be like, that's not a war hero. That's a fucking ching,
Well, they underestimated a bunch of GIs that just fought like the Battle of the Bulge and fucking Guadalcanal and Tarawa.
That's what. But I forgot to mention that in the they didn't just surround they were surrounded from all buildings because the GIs, people, like I said, people didn't like these deputies, so they gave them keys to their shops and shit. Like, hey, you need to get on my roof, you need to get in my window. Yeah.
Nice.
Here's my daughter. Don't take my.
Let's not get that far. Any questions, thoughts, fellas? But yeah, the last.
So they kind of didn't take over. Well, they just forced all the corrupt people out, but it's still I guess I was thinking we're gonna set up our own different government, when you said a coup. But
that's
still it is.
Well, yeah,
I do see how you could still call it a coup. It's forcing an election.
Finally, Cantrell and Markson in the Woods, they got out because they had a fucking Undertaker sneak about in his hearse. Sneak him out of town. And then they get free of town. They call a big boss man, Boss Hogg, and tell him, and he has his now judge buddy, Sue Hicks, ordered another investigation, but they still found nothing. And then Boss Hogg ended up losing a lot of his power right after that, in 46, 47, because he objected to I think it was Truman being elected. What was like the next?
So then he started losing.
He started losing, yeah, and then he passed away in 1954.
There you go.
Good riddance.
But yeah, but from 1910 to 1945, pretty much he ran Tennessee, like all of Tennessee.
Like ran that shit.
It was fucking
like a boss.
But like nowadays, boys got into a whole heap of trouble. You say Ja Morant? What the fuck? No. All right, next, that's my story. I got this story from a guy called the Fat Electrician. He tells a lot of fucking cool war stories that I found on his channel.
Fat Electrician, and he was talking about this story. Okay, cool.
Only the most legit sources for Teddy.
I don't know why he calls himself the Fat Electrician. I believe he's in the military. I think he's handled.
Okay.
he's on some other military podcast. I think he did some military service. But he does a lot of World War I, World War II stories and shit.
Huh.
This is where I got that. We're still doing animals, Mystic. I just got to find more animals. Okay, millions of horses, motherfucker. Millions of horses.
8 million to be exact.
8 million to be exact. Well, that's a lot of fucking horses. All right.
Don't you forget them.
But yeah, I thought it was cool about the WC Handy song. I didn't know if you have time to listen to it, it's actually fucking yeah. If you want to be my man, you got to give me $40, bro. All right. Moving on to the what sexy part of the show. We're going to tell you what we think is sexy. You're going to sit there and fucking take it because we fucking said so. God damn it. All right. Up first is Oracle. One battle after another.
One battle after another. So this is on HBO Max. Checked it out. It's fucking awesome. It is so fucking cool. Like, it is just like roller coaster the whole way. DiCaprio is amazing. He plays the part really fucking well. Sean Penn, he's fucking awesome. Like this lockjaw dude.
You really?
I thought it was good. I honestly thought it was great. I was like, this is really good. We'll see what Mystic's fucking review is going to reveal.
It was in the OneDrive.
That black chick that plays in the movie, beautiful.
Yeah.
And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I mean, Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah. And then, who is the Taekwondo guy or whatever?
Benicio del Toro.
He was so fucking cool in this movie.
Yeah.
It was awesome. He's just like he's like going with the flow, like all kinds of shit. But he like knows everybody in town. It is like setting all this stuff up. And DiCaprio, he's just like kind of like frantic, and it's great. It's really good. I thought it was an excellent movie. So.
Yeah, DiCaprio, it was different because he is the leading man, but he's not the everyone around him is way more competent than he is.
Yes, that's what makes it so good.
He just kind of falls into the right fucking positions at times.
Yeah, it's so great because he was like this revolutionary guy back in the day, and then he went into the hiding.
Right.
And then like they're trying to get
now he's just a pothead.
Right. They're trying to get out, and he's on the phone like trying to get like the rendezvous point or whatever. And they're like, okay, what's the sequence or whatever? And he's like, fuck. I've been fucking smoking weed and doing drugs and drinking.
I've literally fried my brain with drugs and alcohol. I love drugs and alcohol. I don't remember your fucking password.
It's pretty fucking classic, man.
It is a good movie. Typical Paul Thomas Anderson.
I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who directed it?
Yeah. It's a lot like from beginning to end, there's a lot of tension in it, just like There Will Be Blood. And it's a lot due to the sound design. Like there's the fucking sound is dissonant tones and like just off tempo shit. It's weird.
Yeah, they did some cool stuff with There's a chase scene like towards the end where they did some
Yeah,
really
like-
cool camera shit too.
Fuck yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
Word.
Well,
Up next,
Oracle pretty much hit on everything in my review. So
Oh, there you go.
Word. Way to go. Up next is Mystic with Peacemaker Season 2. Goddamn bird blindness. Can't see how big this thing. Tell how big the thing is.
bird blindness. Tim Meadows is fantastic.
Yeah.
This whole show is fucking great, dude. It's hard to explain. The first season was funnier. This season's definitely more dramatic, but there are some fucking hilarious parts.
Sci-fi and weird, yeah.
What?
There's more sci-fi and weird also. There's a
Yeah.
lot more this one than the past one.
So yeah. Anyway, I mean, there's nothing. Have you guys seen it? Either of you? Or
No.
I
Nope.
I haven't
it's.
finished it yet.
I think you'd like it, or it's both of your guys' humor, in my opinion. Season 1 and 2.
Similar style of humor. Was it Suicide Squad that he was in before the series?
Yeah, it's the exact same.
Okay.
It's James Gunn. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ernest fucking saves America.
pretty much. It's the way John Cena put it in this interview is he said James Gunn came up to him after he couldn't really find the character in Suicide Squad, and he told him, "This guy is a douchey Captain America." And he's like,
Yeah.
"All right, I got you." And that's exactly what he is. He's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, he is.
But anyway, yeah, check it out.
Word. Up next is Me with the Phoenician Scheme. This was the first Wes Anderson movie I've ever seen. Is it the guy that directed Wes Anderson?
What movie?
I don't know.
The Phoenician Scheme. I believe
that movie.
it's Wes Anderson. He does a color
The
scheme.
first Wes Anderson movie you've ever seen?
It's the one I've ever seen. First one I've ever seen. Yeah. I want to watch. I've never seen Grand Budapest Hotel, Asteroid City. I've never seen those. I do want to watch them now because the his shots are weird. The color scheme, the patterns. It was a very interesting watch. This one is it's got Benicio del Toro actually is in this one. He's the main guy. And it is fucking hilarious. Yeah, I liked it. The shots were different. And yeah, it was a different kind of movie. So yeah, I want to watch his other stuff and check that out. So yeah.
Well, what's this one on? Or is it on something?
Watch this one on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Wes Anderson fan, honestly.
I like some of his stuff. Didn't he do Rushmore?
Yeah, it was the twist at the end. Fucking Benedict Cumberbatch is in it. It's fucking, and to see kind of these actors doing acting that you don't normally see them doing. I mean, the cadences, the dialogue and stuff. It was pretty interesting. So
There's a pretty funny SNL sketch from years ago where Wes Anderson directs a fucking horror movie, and it's starring like Owen Wilson and like some other chick. It's just fucking funny because it's exactly this quirky style, but it's a horror like trailer.
Nice.
It's fucking funny as shit.
all right. Boom. Next up is Ashtray Bombshell American Experience.
Oh, brand new episode of PBS's American Experience. If you like the history of the atomic bomb, this new series is actually all from the perspective of how the press covered the atomic bomb, all the way from like the beginnings of it and the embedded journalists they had in the Manhattan Project and how they only let out like just some very loose, obtuse details to keep everything under wraps, all the way to after dropping the bombs, and how like the U.S. military was like, "Yep, we're not letting anyone into Hiroshima or Nagasaki, but there's no radiation. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine." And so yeah, some motherfuckers snuck into Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and that's how like the reality of just how, because the whole time they didn't want atomic bombs to be categorized like biological weapons, like gas and shit. And in the documentary, which I guess I'd never heard before, but apparently they were saying how even like the Nazis and the Japanese, like everyone, all the powers that be in World War II actually stayed away. Like they weren't using mustard gas and shit like they did in the First World War. That is like, even I take that back. The Nazis used the gas on the Jews. But
yeah, I was gonna say,
as far as like munitions go, and so the government was so concerned that atomic bombs would be considered like chemical warfare instead of like they're just trying to say it's just a big bomb, just a really big bomb.
It's a Moab.
Just a really big bomb.
Yeah. So it's actually the whole episode is on YouTube right now as well. So go check it out.
Is this a Ken Burns joint or?
No, I don't believe it's Ken Burns, but American Experience is kind of like Frontline.
Okay.
Like a series on PBS, but it's usually they're more like 1 or 2 episode kind of history documentaries.
It's like the Costco Ken Burns.
Yep.
Costco Ken Burns. Yeah. All right. Word. Next up is the fuck what you think portion of our show. We're gonna tell you what we fucking don't like, and you're gonna fucking take. Yeah, whatever. Here we go. Up first, Oracle with fuck ice.
Yeah. And I'm talking about actual ice on the roads.
That treacherous black ice.
Oh, nice ploy to get everybody like, ooh, he's gonna rant about.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We're
clickbaity shit right there.
Yeah, we're getting into some, we're getting rain and shit, and then it's getting all icy. The other day, I fucking, like, it was raining, and saw a message like, oh, school's closed. Okay, great. Better get some salt down. And I go out my door. It's like, holy fucking shit. Like, complete black ice. It's like, oh my God. My parents were coming over to watch the potato, and it's like, oh, fuck. I don't need anybody.
My parents are going to die.
Right. We don't. But, we're kind of like in that. We had snow. That was good, but now we're kind of in the ick zone.
Yeah.
With all this bullshit.
Yeah, I found out the other day I could work from home, so I've just been doing that.
There you go.
Yeah, why would you go in if you can work from home?
Yeah.
But, all right. Fuck ice, especially that treacherous black ice that sneaks up on you. Up next is Mystic with...
I think there's a lot of ice in Minneapolis right now, isn't there?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's really slippery there. You got to watch where you're driving.
My fuck what you think is actually another Wet Sexy, and it's my review of Once Upon a Time. One battle after another. Oracle, can you play that or no?
Oh, you're yeah. Hold on.
It's in the OneDrive.
Give me a second.
Do that beautiful Bean music.
And I just
should have had it loaded, locked, and ready to go. Thanks.
That lockjaw guy just rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, he's supposed to rub you the wrong way.
Yeah, I know.
It makes him a good character.
Yeah.
It makes him a good character.
I appreciate characters sometimes that I can't stand. Where it's like, I know they did such a good job of making me hate this fucker.
Paul Giamatti in 12 Years a Slave, and in the Howard Stern movie, when he's Pig Vomit. You hated both those characters.
Pig Vomit?
Yeah. In the Howard Stern movie. Howard Stern called him Pig. Paul Giamatti was one of the radio executives, and Howard Stern didn't like him, so he called him Pig Vomit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I remember.
All right. Let's see.
Fuck, did you recently rewatch that? I haven't seen that movie since probably the 90s.
Right, it just you should talk about actors who did a good job, and you can't stand that character. Those are two characters.
Fair enough.
Same guy.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he despised him that much. You still remember.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna roll this beautiful Bean footage here.
All right.
Mr. looks high as fuck.
I am high as fuck.
One battle after another is the latest offering from director Paul Thomas Anderson, the helmsman of such instant classics as Boogie Nights, Magnolia, and There Will Be Blood. This one starred Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio
What the f?
Del Toro, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Sean Penn. I assume doing his best brainworm impression.
The audience can hear
The
this. I
good.
can't hear shit.
This was an absolute masterclass in building tension through music and pacing. From the moment the camera rolls, there is a sense of dread and tension. The use of minor keys and dissonant tones throws the viewer off and makes you beg for the sweet release of closure. The cinematography was also great. Incredible camera work, and the car chase scene at the end is unique, to say the least. The bad. There were a few what the fuck moments. Dude falls from a second-story rooftop and gets right up? Come on. And why is Leo always on the goddamn phone? But the one that really gets to me is Sean Penn. He always goes hard in every movie he's in. I get it. He's a weird guy. But this character was over the top and borderline comical. The comic relief of Leo being high through the whole movie is enough. It's a thriller. I don't need the main baddie to be, well,
You never go full re.
we've gone through this already, Sean. Overall, I give it an 8.2 out of 10.
All right. That was a good review.
Not bad.
Why the fuck is he always on the phone, man?
Yeah.
Why is Leo always on the phone?
Why is he always on the phone? All right. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out on my next day off.
Never go full retard.
Yeah, that was
go
pretty
full
good,
retard.
dude.
Word. That was a good review, man. Like I said, I watched it my next day off, which kind of good segue into my fuck. What do you think? I'm working 8 days straight.
Oh, lovely.
I work 4 days a week,
Yeah.
and it only worked out because I'm going out of town next week. My buddies, another manager's going out of town, and then the owner's also going out of town. So it just worked that way. I had the first 3 weeks of the first 3 days of this week off, but I've got to work the last 4 days of this week. And starting off next week, I work the first 4 days, and then I have 5 days off. So it works out that I've got I've got 8 days off, but in between that, I've got fucking 8 days of work. That's about it. But I like my job. It'll be fun. It'll be all right. I'll have fun. It'll be cool. My feet will be sore as fuck, but that's about it. Next up, we have Ashtray with...
Oh, I didn't really pick anything yet. Oh, I'll just give a shout out to our old pal Brandy Grayson. This happened actually a couple weeks ago, but she was I remember back from an old episode where I was talking about she runs one of these, nonprofits to basically help people in need, and she was the one who got on top of my friend's car.
Stop the shit out of the car.
I thought about her the other day. We were talking about people who don't fucking respect other people's property.
So she, and then she was with I'm assuming they must be friends, but the other woman she was with is she's like a member of the Madison School Board, or maybe she might be a member of the police oversight. Maybe that's it. More than likely that's it, because it's one of those the police oversight board has become almost like a joke here in town because everyone pushed for it and they haven't actually really done anything yet. Issued no reports. Anyways, these two women roll up outside the Majestic Theater. At least from reports, was there's a parking spot that business had. I don't know if it was Majestic Theater, but it wouldn't surprise me. They had cones out, right? No one park here. This bitch just drives right over the cones, stops her car. The employees come out and they're like, "What the fuck? You can't park here," because they probably were having a band load their shit in there. While the vehicle's over top of the cones, she I guess, started mouthing back to the employees and like throwing shit at them. And so police show up right away and go locks herself in her car, refused to get out. So they basically had to force both of them out and, take them in for blood testing because they were both like obviously fucked up. Didn't say whether they were drunk or not. But it's just like, oh, Brandy, think you can just do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, so it's a white girl power right there, bro. How dare
they're
you
both
tell me no?
They're not.
man.
Yeah, they are.
Especially in the
White-
People's Republic of Madison.
Yeah, they're like anti every white.
Oh, well. All right. Well,
So fuck you, Brandon. Tracy.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, okay. Well, that's our show. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Ohio State. We're gonna be here every Wednesday or Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central. We're gonna be here whenever we fucking want to. It's our show. Go fuck yourselves. Make sure you join the conversation at theReporter.com or Facebook.com/TheReport. I don't even know why it says you can Twitter us in here because we don't even own that shit anymore. Like us, share us, and fuck us. We're down for whatever. I am Teddy.
I'm Oracle.
Stand off. This is the ashtray.
The Red Eye Rapport.
Report.
Oh, I'm gonna play some more fucking